Hi there, it is the beginning of a new month, which means a brand new journal entry. And even though I journaled quite extensively last night, I usually journal at the start of the month anyway, so I decided it would be nice if we sat and journaled together. While I also talked about how much I love journaling and documenting my life in general, how that all began, and why I think you guys should document your life too. So I'm gonna get my supplies and then we can get into our chat. Alrighty, I know this is a little bit of a weird setup, especially since I have my bed and my desk as perfect surfaces to do this on. However, I usually feel more chill whenever I'm on the floor, so I'm gonna be sitting on the floor and I'm gonna use my chair as my little writing area. But I wanted to give a little rundown of the setup before we begin. I have my laptop that just has a YouTube playlist. It's usually just like either lo-fi or Nintendo music. I have this array of stickers. Most of these are flowers. And then there is this little sticker pad from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, because I'd get a bunch of mail from colleges and the school just sent me their little sticker packet. Receipts, my colored pencils, because of course who doesn't love crayons. And then I have these small little packets of stickers. These two are kitty related stickers, and then this one is just a bunch of random stickers that I have. Paint samples that I kind of snatched from a paint store because I thought they'd be cool to journal with. Glue stick, scissors, and then lastly I have these little colored patterned paper, and then this little flower drawing from the Haru Haru unboxing. We are going to get into this. This might take a while, but I hope I don't ramble on for too long. Though I started this YouTube channel a little over 2 years ago, I'm not new to having bits and pieces of my life recorded on camera or just being documented in general. My mom's been recording and photographing my siblings and I ever since we were little, and even though I hated cheesing for the camera, I never knew how much I'd come to appreciate looking back at these moments, sometimes just months ago and sometimes even years. And I know she's probably cheesing watching this video right now because she always used to tell us that one day we're gonna look back at these photos and be really glad that she took them. And she was right. But who would have thought that I would have loved documenting my life as much as she did? It wasn't always like this though. During my preteen and early teenage years, I went through that phase that almost all of us do. Suddenly, I hated how much I looked in photos or videos unless there was some sort of filter involved, and I avoided the camera and for a while disappeared from my own memories. Now when I try to think back on those years, it's kind of blurry. I can't scroll back through the memories and reminisce on those moments of my life as easily as I can with more recent events that I do have photographs of. And there's something just so heartbreaking about not being able to see myself grow because I was too scared to really be seen in the first place. Not being able to look back and really reflect on my own memories through any physical means was part of the reason I started journaling in the first place. It was not too long after the pandemic began, and as the days melted together, it was a great way to keep track of everything, a way to witness in writing how much I was growing and evolving, even when everything else felt stagnant, something concrete in a world that felt unrecognizable. And it wasn't long after filling up that first journal that I got the itch to start another YouTube channel. Yeah, because this one wasn't the first. I had a Gacha Life channel. and even a Roblox channel that is somewhere out in the YouTube universe still floating around unabandoned. But this is the first time I was ever gonna make a channel with the topic being myself, and that was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, that's for sure. When you're journaling, it's personal and intimate, and no one really has to know what you're writing about except yourself. But with a YouTube channel, I had to give so much thought to what I was presenting to people, and to do that I had to figure out who I was first. What did I like, and what were things that people could relate to, things that would draw people in and make them want to stay. And while this broadcasted journey of self-reflection and discovery stressed me out a little bit, over the course of this channel's growth, I've transformed, or at least I've realized that I'm so much more complex than I thought I was. My videos that started as repetitive study vlogs became a compilation of my social life that I did not have before, discovering new hobbies and even showing my thought processes, like in this video. This is Editing Maurissa just chiming in to say that even my editing styles from back when I first started making videos to how I edit now really shows the difference in my personality and how I viewed myself. When I first started, I only made study vlogs because that's the only thing I really found interesting about myself. Like, that's the only thing I'd really come to associate with myself, being a good student. And so I felt like the only way I could really entertain in my videos was by having a bunch of graphics and sound effects and music all the time. Like, there was never really a moment where there was just silence in my videos, because I felt like I didn't want to take up too much space in my own YouTube videos, which is very interesting. But now, like, there is so much more of me. Like, I am constantly talking. I'm always talking, and now there's a lot less background music or sound effects or even just visuals, because I just allow myself and my life to be the focus of my videos. So I think even like editing changes that probably wouldn't be noticed by anyone else but myself really shows growth. Looking back, I really do wish I had more footage of those middle years of insecurity, more of the awkward and unsure versions of myself. Because even if she was just figuring things out, she still mattered, just like every version of myself does, and so does every version of you. Whether through journaling, making YouTube videos, voice memos, or just for the quick snap from your phone, I think it's really important to document any or even all aspects of your life, not for the aesthetics, not just to post it, but for you, for the future version of yourself who should probably see how far she's come from where she was a year or two ago, or even just for the present day version of yourself whose effort deserves to be seen, just as you are. Anywho, I am done with pasting. Ooh, my pen's escaping. This is all I have, really. It's just this little bit of graphic paper, this photo from closing night of the musical, stickers, and a receipt from the last day of July where I hung out with my friends, and just some little doodles all around. I usually don't do much for my journal entries, but that's all for this video. I'm actually gonna start writing now, so I hope you enjoyed this little chatty segment. Let me know what you think about the thoughts that I did share, and until the next video, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.